When the liberals are arguing, they want you to picture an AR-15 rifle. This is what they're going after. They're not going after the hunters. At least this is what they're saying. But if you look at the details in Bill C-21, this rifle here is going to be prohibited. Hey folks, Aldrin here. Welcome to Wild Bush and Grit. I know this is out of my typical editorial line. Politics is not something that I want to do, but something came up and it needs a stout reply. I want this video to help plant the seed of doubt to the fundamentalist anti-guns people out there. I know there are some people that are just, too far gone in their identity and beliefs that it's intertwined and they're having a hard time dissociating the two. But for some people who are still, able to actually use reasoning in order to emit an opinion, it is true wisdom. So what's happening exactly? Trudeau and his allies are on their way to make the most giant firearm ban in the history of Canada, in a nutshell. Despite being a minority government, I mean, kudos to you, Mr. Trudeau. That's true effort right there that I'll have to concede. You may have overreached with the G4 Amendment. The G4 Amendment is a list of hand-picked firearms and a general definition of firearms that has been added to the Bill C-21 at the 11th hour of the process, making it very difficult to debate, in the Parliament and House of Commons and all that. So that definition is so vague in the Bill C-21 that it makes almost all rifle possible to be banned at some point. Okay. Some rifles are listed specifically by brand and manufacturer, but there is a general definition that makes it too easy to just put all firearms in one single basket and ban everything together. And for everyone watching this video, I want you to see me as the moderate guy, okay? I am not against regulation and restriction. I am for safe communities. I am for better firearm training. Bill C-21. The good. Yes, there is some good. The good thing is the debate is now open, and I would love to thank Carey Price for bringing it out, because until a couple of days, we were alone hunters in groups and forums trying to stir up conversation and trying to mobilize the people. And Carey Price, with one photo on Instagram, brought everything up to the surface, and now the mainstream media are picking up on that story. This is good. This is great, because we have opportunity to teach and also opportunity to learn, okay? This is critical for any democratic process. But that's it about the good. The rest is all bad. There is some ugly, and sometimes it's both at the same time. So let's talk about the bad. Public opinion is what makes things possible in politics, okay? People elect the party represents the people, and the party do things based on what their base want. The problem we're running into from time to time is when the large majority of the people don't understand the needs of a minority. But the problem here is people voicing their opinion when they are actually ignorant about the topic they're discussing. Ignorance is the entryway to manipulation. It's easy to fool someone who doesn't know better, but you've convinced that whatever you're doing is in his best interest. And this is exactly what's happening here with Bill C-21. The liberals have convinced their base that they're going for assault rifles to make safe communities. Assault rifles. If you're looking at the videos at the House of Commons, when the liberals are pressed to answer some question, they have the same story, and it's always revolved around AR-15 safe communities, AR-15 safe communities, because they know this is what their base understand. What their base doesn't understand is that first, Canada has super strict gun laws to begin with. when they're talking about assault rifle, they're showing a picture of an AR-15, which will fire in a semi-auto fashion. But the general public thinks we're talking about full auto weapon here, which was banned in the 60s already in Canada. So full auto used by the military is already banned. And it's insane how many people don't even know that. I don't think the true motivation here for the liberals is safe communities, because there are many, many other things that you could do for safe communities that will not cost the billions of dollars that C-21 is about to cost. Of all the violent crimes that happened in Canada in 2020, 2.8% had a firearm involved. That 2.8% is less than 3%, amount to 277 homicide. If you were to remove all the guns from the face of Earth, you'd still have to deal with 97.2% of the rest of the violent crimes. Okay? You still have that staggering amount of crimes that still need to be solved. But to be honest, if the true intent here is to save lives, I have other topics we could follow. Okay? Let's wage war on soft drinks. According to a study, every year in Canada, 1,600 people die because of soft drinks. Let's talk about car. Was it 2021? Yes. In 2021, 1,745 fatalities in car accident. Let's ban the cars. No? I mean, makes sense. It's the same logic here that if we want to ban firearms because of the murder, what aren't we banning cars because of the fatalities during crashes? You see, here's the hypocrisy, because there's a difference here. Here, cars are well known with the general publics. Everyone has a car, almost. Everyone has a car. Everyone drives a car. Everyone, they went through driving license. They have a permit. They have the right to drive a car. But guess what? It's the same thing for firearms. Again, I repeat, Canada has already strict gun laws. Okay? To obtain firearms in Canada, you have to go through classes. You have to be vetted by the RCMP. You have to wait 8 to 12 months before you can actually buy your first firearm. No criminal are jumping through those hoops, only law-abiding citizens. What the liberals are saying right now and what they're doing are two separate things. Let me show you something. I would love for a liberal representative to reply to this video, to answer me why is a Mauser bolt action, no detachable magazine, 5 round in the well, how come that rifle, which is a long gun, okay, it's not like super short, it's a long gun, it's like 25-inch barrel, why is this rifle on your list? I want to understand. I mean, because it doesn't make sense. What you're saying during the debate, what I hear you saying on TV, versus what I'm seeing in Bill C-21 are two different things. I want you to stop lying to the people, and I want you to tell us why is a Mauser on your ban list. Now the ugly. And the ugly is not even about the firearms at all. If you care about democracy, if you care about due process, you should be very anxious about how the elected official, the people sworn in to protect the Constitution of Canada, are going around to actually seize citizens' legally obtained properties. And it is frightening when you think about it, because, okay, you might be okay with the firearm ban, but one day, if the government knows that it can do things, behind the back without necessary due process, what's next? What's the next thing you're going to be seized? Cars? Because of the gas? You wake up one day and your car is, now illegal? No buyback program? The Bill of Rights in Canada is clearly here to protect us so we can enjoy our property. Okay? And yes, the government can seize that property if needed, building a highway or something and they need the house, for example. But there is something called due process and it has to be respected. And liberals can't just add 300-page amendment to a bill at the 11th hour without any possibility to discuss, to have hearings on the matter, and just think that it's just gonna go through and that's it.